Hello, welcome. So today I'm going to explain why your dishwasher gets clogged. I'm also going to explain how to unclog it, and then we'll talk about washing result issues. I will show you what to do and what not to do. So there are several reasons why your dishwasher can get clogged. First, it could be a foreign body. So it can be a piece of broken glass, for example, that blocks the drain pump or the circulation pump. It can also be food paper, any piece of paper, a jar for example, or any other similar object that can serve the same purpose. It can also be a grease plug that accumulates in a hose or in a technical part like the pressure switch, for example. And it can also be anything such as olive pit, date pit. All of this is a well-known problem that occurs when these items pass through the filter and end up clogging either the circulation pump or the drain pump. Following each wash, I highly recommend thoroughly and systematically cleaning the microfilter to maintain optimal performance. The microfilter is what you have at the bottom of the tank. This is where you will collect all the fibers and dirt. Our device operates in recycling, so all the water will pass through this filter and be filtered. Typically it is a 1/4 turn. We just turn it and remove the filter. Therefore there is no requirement for any specific product, only a high quality toothbrush, and you rinse it with water, you brush. It is crucial that we have the ability to see through it. Additionally, a toothbrush can be utilized to eliminate any grease or residue buildup. Clean well, it must not be greasy. Do not forget to clean also at the level of the bottom door seal that you have here. Frequently, in oil, it's greasy with many deposits that accumulate, and you must remove the grease to prevent damage to your seal in the long run. So occasionally we clean it with a cloth, brush it with a toothbrush at the bottom door seal. Same applies to the surrounding seal, we can clean it. We can also take a small cloth with a tiny bit of rinse aid, wipe it on the seal to give it a little elasticity, shine on the surrounding seal and on the bottom door seal. Not a lot, because the rinse product is a highly foaming product, but we can do that. Afterward, if despite everything your device is still greasy, we can perform a degreasing program using appropriate products. I'll place the link in the description. There are degreasing products available for the dishwasher, as well as products for descaling if it's necessary for your appliance. Subsequently, you have the washing arms. It's not for every single wash, you will find the washing arms. It is indeed true that they are blocked. Therefore, in that location, all of the openings must be completely free and unobstructed. They must not be obstructed by seeds or similar objects. To clean, it is very simple. You pass a jet of water underneath there. And then you just shake it like this to eliminate the small impurities, the tiny foreign particles that may be present. So in that particular place, you perform the exact same action on each and every one of the appendages. And you possess a diminutive one, the upper arm, located at the bottom, which also has the capability to be extracted. So he is actually going to be there in order to clean the cutlery. So he is indeed very small. Here it is, but it's vital if you want to keep the cutlery clean. So now we're going to dismantle the device, and we're going to check the circulation pump and the drain pump and also the other components to see where it's clogged. The initial step to take when your dishwasher is clogged is to inspect the drain pump, which is situated in this area. So there, I laid the device on its side, removed the receiving plate, didn't forget to remove the small connector. So you have the drain pump positioned here. You have the circulation pump situated there in that specific location. Very frequently, all paper cores settle in these elements, obstructing the turbines in the two engines. Additionally, always remember to thoroughly check the hoses for any potential foreign bodies inside or simply grease deposits. Killing the drain, it's the same, you have to check. So here, on this model, the drain pump can only be accessed from below. But you have some models where you have your check valve that is in the tank, that you can directly check your drain pump through the tank. But unfortunately not on this model. So we will check the circulation pump. So there you see I wear gloves as there are many sharp places. For safety, it's best to wear some. If you have any, I highly recommend that you add some. Therefore, in order to inspect the circulation pump for any foreign objects, we will need to detach the clamps and hoses. Afterward, there is not necessarily a requirement to bring everything out. Over there, you can observe the turbine located within. We will verify that it rotates without obstruction. The typical occurrence is that the foreign object will become firmly stuck deep inside at this initial point in the majority of cases. Simply use a thin pair of pliers to extract the small piece of paper or seed that is lodged in the turbine mechanism. Like this, after naturally, if it is in the deeper section of the turbine, that section can also be taken apart. We can take apart the pump itself. It is extremely important to tighten the clamps properly. I advise you to put them back exactly in the groove at the level of the hose wear. To put them in the same place, because with the vibrations, after disassembly it comes loose and then it creates a big leak. So, we'll avoid that. So the drain pump, it rotates a quarter turn and we have access to its impeller. So of course we can immediately see that there is no foreign object, so it's okay. But it can happen that it gets around the wire of the big small beef. For example, that comes around. It happens quite often. So here we haven't forgotten to put back the float switch, by the way. It's a little wet. We're going to give it a little wipe to prevent it from short-circuiting. On this dishwasher, the receiving screen simply clips on. It is extremely effortless to put back in its original position without any difficulty or complications. And there you go. So when loading the dishes, I strongly advise against passing it under water, as it is completely useless since the programs are typically designed to handle it automatically. You have a pre-wash included in the program, and by rinsing it under water, you will lose the savings you make with your dishwasher, so it is strictly useless. Doing the dishes consumes about 15 liters of water, and rinsing them under running water will consume twice as much, so you shouldn't do it. On the other hand, you need to get rid of everything that is solid, so paper, debris, bones, food wrappers, pits, all of that goes in the trash. You scrape it off with a fork or paper towel, you remove it. So, of course, when you put your cutlery, your plates, you have to make sure that they are not blocked by the washing arms. So the little trick I have is when I put my plates, I always check by turning the arm like this by hand that it is not blocked by a plate. In this situation, it would not wash, it would not spray the dishes effectively. We can do this with all arms. Typically, a dishwasher has 3 arms, the bottom arm, the middle arm, and the top arm. Therefore, I demonstrated the reasons behind the clogging of your dishwasher and also provided a demonstration on how to effectively unclog it. If you still have any questions or difficulties, please feel free to write them in the comments section below the video. We'll be glad to respond ASAP. If you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate, give it a thumbs up, it'll always make us happy. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, then I'll see you soon on Spareka channel.